McDonald's today for me, like the first time in years.
In years?
That's an exaggeration, but in a very long time. Like, I don't eat McDonald's a lot, and I don't eat fast food a lot.
Wow.
Except for Subway. I do eat a lot of Subway. Why do you say wow? Do I look like a guy that eats a lot of fast food?
No, that's like a weirdly, like, braggy, anti-American thing to do. So, why don't you go back to fucking Mother Russia, dude?
Yeah, and I'm surprised Subway, of all things, is the fast food you do eat.
Yeah. Like, that's fucking rat meat,
I know, but
compressed into real meat.
Yeah.
Delicious rat meat. I mean, it's the world's finest rat meat.
Delicious fake tuna.
Oh, yeah, the tuna's disgusting. And their fucking mayonnaise to tuna ratio is fucking ugh.
It's against God. That's why Jared went to prison. That's the real reason he went. I made myself laugh. Sorry, it's so fucking arrogant. God damn it.
Just the phrase mayonnaise to tuna ratio just put me off.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I mean, that guy's dealing with some mayonnaise to tuna ratio back in there, huh?
Yeah, he fucking is, really. Woo!
That boy's chopped up.
I don't think this is very real. I don't believe I've ever eaten tuna in my entire life.
Oh, what? Are you
Get
kidding
the fuck
me?
out of here.
No.
Dude, I gotta tell you, if you're getting back into lifting weights, you can buy these little tuna shots. They're 20 grams of protein, and they're delicious. And they're in olive oil. They're super easy to eat.
I don't know. Tuna smells like fucking garbage to me. There's no way I would eat it.
You don't smell tuna, man. Get like the Thai chili, man. It's delicious. Muy delicioso. That's not Thai, but it's actually Louis. That's what it means. Delicious.
I just eat steak and chicken, and I'm willing to try bison if the price comes down. So
Okay, all right. Bison's a good meat. I like that.
Yeah, I would definitely eat some bison, but it's like $10 for like a pound. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, really expensive.
Eat tuna. It's like $2 a pound.
Yeah. You piece of shit.
Yeah. I'd rather have my imitation crab meat sushi, thank you. All right.
Ugh.
I respect that.
Do you really
I'll
eat
get down
that?
on that.
Fuck yeah, I get it from the grocery store as long as it's packaged same day. I have a same day.
Like the
day
little
thing.
ones in the plastic.
Yeah, but
containers?
if you read it, it'll be like, oh, crab, what a California roll, or crab like crunchy roll or whatever, and then you read the ingredients, it's like crab, and it just says imitation crab meat. I'm like, I can't tell the difference. What the fuck do I care?
Well,
God.
this is a rough edit already. I'm sorry.
It is.
No.
It is. I'm just trying to give you some stuff to play with.
Yeah.
Mostly I think the Subway thing's probably the good.
Yeah, yeah. I tried to sell the Five Guys joke. We got to it eventually.
Oh, God. Yeah, I do fuck Five Guys now.
All right, let's do a podcast.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's have a podcast already.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Lesser Known People podcast. I am Connor. I just realized that my computer is not plugged in and it is dying.
This has to make the edit. This definitely makes the edit. Oh, God.
And we're back.
There it is.
I am your host. I am Connor the Con Man. I've got two of my boys with me, KY and J Money.
Woo,
KY,
woo.
how you doing tonight, baby?
I'm good, man. I'm ready for the Holy Trinity. You know, I just watched The Matrix. I'm in Trinity mode. Let's do the Trinity. And you always got great stories, so I'm jammed up about that too.
Beautiful, beautiful. J Money, how about you?
I'm
What's
doing
going
good.
on?
I knew this was going to be we're going to be light on folks tonight, but I thought that might make this way better. You know what I mean? Cut some folks out. Let's cut some. I'm just kidding.
Shit.
No, I'm not doing that. We love our boys very much, but I am excited to do this three-way with you guys. I'm looking forward to it all night. Let's do it.
Yes, Queen.
Three-way.
Three-way.
Well, I have got a great story for you guys. Tonight we're talking about a bank heist.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Take me down some crime, baby.
So, we are going back to 2006 in Buenos Aires.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Buenos Aires. 2006? That was an interesting year for all of us, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm just going to paint the picture here. It's 2006, 12:30 in the afternoon. Officers get the call. There's a bank robbery in progress at the Banco Rio in a rich suburb of Buenos Aires. So police do what they do. They set up a perimeter. They guard the two exits out of the bank, set up snipers on the rooftops, send something like 100 officers to just surround the bank.
Damn.
Jeez.
They got 100 dudes just hanging out. Well, it's a rich neighborhood, so I guess that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. They established communication with one of the thieves inside the bank. He calls himself Walter.
Dope name.
Wait a minute. Is there a white guy robbing this fucking bank? What the fuck?
That's not the Breaking Bad guy, is it? Is he doing a side quest?
Maybe. I mean, this was 2006. Was Breaking Bad in 2006?
It was
Oh,
definitely.
he might have predated Breaking Bad.
Maybe.
Shit, maybe they got the idea from it.
Yeah.
So we got ourselves a good old-fashioned hostage standoff.
Oh,
There's
dope.
5 thieves inside the bank, 23 hostages. Early on, they released a couple hostages in good faith, one of them being the only armed security guard in the bank.
Well, get rid of the gun. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And so we get into this standoff. The police are really hesitant to do anything right away. Apparently, there was a similar bank robbery 6 years before this, where armed robbers took hostages, and when they tried to escape, the police opened fire on the robbers and the hostages.
Jesus.
And killed one of the robbers and 2 hostages.
Wow.
Oh, that's not the ratio you want.
That's
you
a
want the
bad
other way.
That's a bad ratio for police, but
It's not
I mean,
great.
pretty accurate for the United States.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a nightmare, but like the worst part is that it all took place on live TV. So it became this huge national scandal. It became like a PR disaster for the police. So they're really trying to avoid like any sort of backlash on this.
Yeah.
So the initial call goes out around 12:30 p.m. At 3:30, Walter tells the police and the negotiator to order pizzas. The hostages are getting hungry.
Always go for pizza.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense from a logistical standpoint. If I'm robbing a bank, I gotta feed a bunch of people. I'm getting pizza.
No, fuck that. I want to get Thai. I want everybody's individual order. The whole thing. Oh, somebody's allergic to peanuts. You're gonna have to do the different oil. This isn't gonna work. Fuck.
This cat's a vegan. We really gotta chase that one down.
Yeah.
What's everybody's spice level? You want a 3, you want a 5, you want a 7. Okay, 4 7s, 2 3s, 7 5s.
Yeah. But then you get them there, you start switching them around. This is a 7. I really requested not a 7. Like anything but a 7 was my request. And then that guy gets shot. He's the first. But he's shot by the pad Thai delivery guy. I'm like, shut up.
All right, so after their lunch order goes out, Walter goes radio silent and just drops off the radio.
Wow. What's Walter up to?
After 3 hours of no communication, they decide to send in the SWAT team.
What, did he get really sleepy after pizza? Is that
Probably.
what happened? Because that can happen. That can happen.
So, their version of the SWAT team busts in, but there's no gunfight, there's no sign of the thieves, there's no commotion. All the hostages are locked up in conference rooms, and they're all unharmed.
Did they steal anything?
So, the police get into the basement, and they find out what the thieves were after. Safety deposit boxes.
Oh,
Shit.
they were after something specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently Argentinians are very distrustful of their banking systems. In 2001, there was like this national banking system collapse that wiped out people's fortunes. So
Yeah.
people didn't keep their money in like the banks, but they kept them in safety deposit boxes.
Right.
Oh.
So all these like well-to-do Argentinians just stored all their valuables and just large sums of money into these boxes.
So they just raided these boxes and off they went?
Yep.
Or was there like a specific box they were looking at that they knew had a bunch of money?
No, they were just going after. They just opened the boxes at random and just pulled valuables out of those boxes.
Okay. I think maybe I'm getting roped into the wrong thing. Where the fuck did they go? How the fuck did they get out of there?
Yeah.
So they smashed open 143 out of the 400 boxes that were in the bank,
Okay.
and their estimated haul was $20 million.
Fucking
Jeez.
dope.
What,
That's
so
a
it was like
fucking-
gold and silver, necklace, jewelry, all that shit. Whatever people had, they just took.
Bearer bonds, if they have that in that
Right.
country. I mean, I shouldn't be praising it, but it seems kind of dope. That's like Tuesday afternoon, you know what I mean? Just like, well, we're done with work for life. We can just do whatever we want now.
Well, and like, in a country with unstable economy, if you steal a bunch of, I'm going to use the term paper, steal a bunch of like paper money and it's worthless a day, 2 years later, it's all for nothing.
But
But
yeah,
if you go steal like gold, silver, in whatever forms it comes in, diamonds, rare coins, I mean, all that shit is going to continue to have its value when you undoubtedly flee your own country.
right. Like, I was surprised when I was traveling around Southeast Asia and Africa, just how many banks had like real ass armed guards out in front with like body armor and AK-47s. I was like, this is fucking dope. These guys take bank
Jazz.
security seriously.
We usually have like, I don't know, retired guys who sleep a lot. Really good stuff there.
It's like when you sign up to be a security guard, it's like, well, you could be assigned to a library or a bank. It all just pulls from the same pool.
Yeah,
It pretty much does, yeah.
it really does. It's like, are you certified for a gun or not? Is like the only thing. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, even then, you might still be in a library with a gun. You wouldn't need them there.
Yeah.
Welcome to America.
Yeah. God bless it.
The police do a initial sweep of the bank, and they only find a few things left behind. A battery pack, tool that was used, they think, to open the boxes, and a row of toy guns laid neatly on the floor, and a note that says, "In a neighborhood of rich people, without weapons or grudges, it's just money, not love."
Ooh, shit.
That's fucking dope. I like
That's
that.
awesome.
That's a fucking.
awesome.
It's just like, who gives a fuck? You guys are rich. Get out of here.
God, and they had fucking toy guns. There's nothing more satisfying than that
Yeah.
from their perspective to be like, no one was ever in any real danger, but we did it.
Yep.
So, I mean, this was just like absolutely the heist of the century that happened in Argentina.
Yeah.
Like, while it was happening, thousands of people were watching this on live TV, and it just like captured the nation's attention.
Oh, for sure. Like, these guys are instant heroes to me. I don't know who the fuck they are,
Yeah.
but
And like the Argentinians just had this complete distrust of the banking system, where they were like these guys are almost like modern day folk heroes.
right.
But like, how do you pull this off? How do you fool the police? How do you take money from a bank and like get away scot free, and no one has any idea how you pulled it off?
Yeah.
With fake guns, no less. You just showed up and played a part.
Yeah.
That's what we need to be looking for, an acting troupe. Those are the guys that did this.
Fuck you, Upright Citizens Brigade. We're coming for you.
Yeah. You had all that time to study classical film, and you fucked up at the bank.
God. I hope we're getting to how they got away, but like what the fuck is the name of that? Denzel Washington, Clive Owen.
Inside job.
Inside Job. That's what I keep thinking of, right? The false wall or something like that. It's like, that is just whatever they did, I'm sure was incredibly clever or creative or something. And, this is incredible already.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best part about the story, and I'll get into it later. I mean, obviously these guys got caught because that's how we know so much about the story.
Right.
But yeah, it's wild.
This is such a good story already, Con Man. Like, you have captivated me. Bring me more. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about the crew.
Oh, yes. Every heist starts with a good crew ensemble.
Crew. I just hear Soderbergh music going on in the background the whole time.
So we have the mastermind behind this whole operation. There's a guy his name is Fernando Araujo, and it all starts with a wild idea that he has. Wouldn't it be crazy to rob a bank and just not leave?
Oh, shit.
And so this idea just kicked around in his head for a few years. And he gets a crew together. So he enlists the help of a longtime friend, Sebastian Bolster. And this is the guy who does all the engineering and all the heavy technical work.
Fuck yeah.
Just the name Sebastian, you know he's doing that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sebastian with a weird name, he's up there in the heavy equipment. That's where he's at.
Yeah. Smoking a cigarette, touching dynamite sticks, like that shit.
Yep, so his day job is repairing like motorcycle engines, jet skis, small engine work, but he's the type of guy who's just always building shit. He had sketched out plans to build a homemade helicopter in his spare time.
Dope.
Shit.
I'm down for some Mad Max helicopters.
Yeah, that's a bold start, sir.
So this guy is like the Q to Araujo's James Bond, the Lucius Fox to his Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Oh, good references.
God, I can see Justin is just fucking wet with his references.
I love this fucking story, man. Like, this is getting me boned up for sure.
So they start to pull together the rest of the crew, and Araujo has some underworld connections, and they put together the rest of the crew. They get two guys named Doc and Beto, who were former bank robbers in the 80s and 90s.
Dude, this crew is coming together so well, like Sebastian.
Doc and Beto. This is like an old West crew.
Yeah.
Got Doc and Beto rolling with you down the trail.
Yeah, I mean, they're Argentinian, so their names are just super fucking cool no matter what.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I mean, they had a string of some violent bank robberies in the 80s and 90s, some shootouts with police, but now they're semi-retired, so they've mellowed out a little bit.
Yeah.
Semi-retired bank robbers.
I mean, there's the old adage, once a thief, always a thief.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
right.
they're like, oh, gotta come out of retirement for this one job.
My last big job. So, like, on the semi-retired, were they, like, walking into a gas station and, like, not paying for gas? Like, is that how you semi-retire from heisting?
You steal a thing here or there. You're taking the pennies out of the Ronald McDonald jar. At the McDonald's.
They dine and dash from every Denny's they go to.
That's we have got a little experience doing that.
A little bit. I think the statute of limitations is probably good for us on that. Fuck you, Denny's.
That we're minors.
Yeah.
They get a fifth guy. His name's Vittetti. He was known as the Spider-Man of Buenos Aires because he would climb buildings and like scale up the side of them to rob apartments.
Parkour.
This guy's dope.
Yeah.
So he's like the little Asian guy from Ocean's 11, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
A grease man. They need a grease man.
Yeah, he's the grease man.
Grease man.
Con man. I think you alluded to they never left. So, but do they have a getaway driver?
They do. So they get two more.
Yes.
Yeah, two more guys. They have Luis, the Uruguayan, and another guy as the getaway driver, bringing the crew to 7 people.
Solid crew. Man. Solid crew.
7's just a power number, man. Like if you got 7, you're definitely getting away. Well, I guess they did.
Some people.
You're definitely doing something crazy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Where do they drive? What was the? I guess maybe we'll get into it when you explain the story a little bit more. But
I think it was just a van.
Yeah.
Some stolen car.
Just a fucking a Honda Odyssey. What's up, pussies? I gotta have this back by 5. Gotta pick my kids up. So get the fuck in and then get out. Let's do it.
Yeah, people get burner phones when they're like having like affairs, but imagine a burner car. Holy shit.
Just going in the lot. Can I do 90? Machine guns out the side, both doors open. What do you think about that? Can I do that? Okay, maybe we'll do it.
Yeah. All right.
87
machine guns? Only 87 machine guns? Well, you might have to come down the price on that one.
Yeah,
you know what? Come down the price.
I'm gonna drop it 5%. We'll start there.
All right, so we're gonna get into their plan and how they pulled this off. I think the real reason why I like this story so much is that it might just be the article that I read, but it's really presented as just a series of problems and obstacles that need to be overcome, and they're all overcome in very clever ways.
It's so satisfying though when it's like that though. It's so nice.
Like a crazy Rube Goldberg machine of just robbing things.
Wait, don't bring up Rube Goldberg again, because it was the Ruth Bader Ginsburg machine. You remember that?
The Ruth Bader Ginsburg machine.
Yeah, I don't remember what episode it was in, but like you misspoke and we just fucking ran with the RBG machine.
I do it so much, I always mispronounce shit. I did a whole episode mispronouncing a fucking very common name.
Oh, God. All right, anyway. Back to the story.
Yeah, I mean, like getting back to why I like this so much, it's like you've seen Apollo 13 and they have that scene where it's like, oh, it's a square peg round hole scene where they have a whole bunch of engineers in mission control, and there's a guy who's like, we need to take this and make it fit into this using all of this, and he dumps like a whole box of shit out on the table, and it's just like, ooh, I love that shit. That like lights my brain up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. How do we get this to work? How do we finish this thing with the tools we have in front of us? Yeah.
But anyway, the first problem they have to solve is how do they get out, right?
Right.
Buenos Aires has a network of storm tunnels that run underneath the city. What they do is they find a spot where those drain tunnels pass close to the bank. I say close, but they have to dig like 200 feet to get up near the bank's basement wall.
Holy shit. That's a lot. That's a lot of earth to move, man.
Yeah. I mean, I dug one grave, and that took forever. So I can't imagine 200 feet.
You dug a grave?
I can't talk about it.
Okay. All right. We'll let that pass. We'll bring it up later, though.
Moving on, Bolster, the engineer, so he spends months driving down to the beach where the storm tunnel, where that exit is, and takes a 30-minute trek through the labyrinth of all these storm tunnels underneath Buenos Aires and just starts drilling away with a hydraulic shovel. Every night, 9:30, that's packing away that dirt.
I'm fucking awestruck. So, it's like you sign out of work, all right, go home, quick dinner and a beer, drive down with your fucking pneumatic shovel and just trying to get through 200 feet of earth.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then
dedication.
Doing it accurately. That 200, that's a big distance. So you have to aim it somehow and know where you're going the entire time.
Right.
Yeah.
Without going up or down too much.
Yeah.
So they did this using math.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
okay. All right.
So they had to know. They knew the vertical distance because there was a manhole outside of the bank. So he would take a string and like some sort of a like heavy metal object and just dropped it down. And when he heard it plunk, he's like, okay, that's the vertical distance.
Okay.
So now we need to know the horizontal distance. So he took his bike from where the manhole cover was, and he just slowly rolled his bike to the edge of the bank, and he counted the number of revolutions in his bike tire,
Oh God.
Oh,
and
I
then
love
just
this
measured
guy.
out. Oh, well, the circumference of the the bike tire is whatever 30 inches.
Yeah.
It rotated 60 times. Oh, it's 185 feet horizontally.
right.
God.
So then, did he drill to that spot and then turn, or did he do the math further to figure out the angle he needed?
Yeah,
to
so
move?
he figured out the angle. It's just like, it's going to be 69 degrees. Boom. There we go.
Right, because it would
Dope.
be whatever solving for x, right? He knows he has
Yeah.
his two pieces of the triangle. He just needs to do the hypotenuse or whatever the fuck it is.
Thanks, Pythagoras.
Pythagorean's theorem, dog.
You're complicit, motherfucker.
Welcome to Argentinian jail, bitch.
There's a fun little tidbit here that, he was sneaking away at night to do this, and his wife actually noticed that he was gone, but she just assumed that he had a mistress, so she wasn't worried about it.
Oh, so she was just like, oh, well, he's just fucking some other
Yeah.
chick. So
I also
it's
don't
fine.
care about that or heist shit. Like,
It's weird that she just brushed that part off. She's like, well, I guess he's fucking someone else. What am I gonna do?
she was like, I'm already fucking somebody else, so I don't
I
care.
know that actually immediately jumps through my head just a second ago. I was like, she's actually probably fucking someone else.
Can we just circle back to Pythagoras, you're complicit, bitch? I'd like that. I'd like to nominate that for a t-shirt.
Pythagoras, you're
You're
I can't even
complicit.
repeat.
Yes.
Complicit, bitch. We have to add bitch in the end of it. It's the only
Yeah,
way to make it
yeah,
the t-shirt
yeah.
sellable, I think.
That's what the kids like is swear words. So
All right, so now that they have an entry point, the next problem is, how do they open the safety deposit boxes?
I'm assuming after if you have the wherewithal to drill through that much earth, you can probably figure out how to open up some boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this bolster guy is fucking smart, right? So, I mean, they have a few constraints here. They can't blow them open with explosives because they don't want everybody to fucking hear it.
right.
They can't cut into them using like an acetylene torch or anything because the room's too small.
It'll fill up with gas.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you could damage the stuff inside, generating all that heat. Yeah.
right. So Bolster invents basically like a portable jackhammer that can be taken apart, broken into small pieces, easily assembled, and it has enough force to break through the locks on the deposit boxes.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, it's like the cylinder that Sugar uses in old, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Shoots it straight through the bolt.
Yeah, that's a great image. We'll just all think about that happening to a human being now.
Yeah, I mean we do it to cows on a regular basis, dog. So get used to it.
It's true, and I do love beef, so it's worth it. But that, I mean, that's some serious fucking engineering. I mean, again, because this is coming from the guy who was going to build the helicopter, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So he's just like, I imagine again a Danny Ocean looking motherfucker just coming up. Hey, we need a way to get these open, and we can't use this, and this. What do you got? This guy's. I'm just imagining like 5 minutes of like, I got an idea. Let me sketch it out, and then build it, and then make it operational immediately, and then test it. Just like, bing, bang, boom. Fuck.
Right. So we have the way in, and I see the use for the mastermind. I see the use for the guy with the parts, the mechanical guy. But I'm this Spider-Man man. I'm super curious about.
Yeah. So the Spider-Man guy is actually Walter, the guy who's negotiating with police.
Oh.
So he's the smooth talker.
Oh.
That's his task.
and
double skill.
And he's
alright.
smooth moving. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the KY jelly of the group.
Oh boy.
Is he also a dick?
Does he also love/hate all of his friends? Oh, that hurts.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not. You hurt me bad.
I know.
Okay,
I always have. I'm sorry.
All right, so now that they have all of this loot, how do they get themselves and all this cash and valuables out?
Right.
Right? So what they do is they get inflatable rafts. They're called Zodiac boats.
Okay.
I know a thing or two about Zodiacs.
Yeah, I mean, I
For sure,
assume
dog.
it's the things that like Navy SEAls and where it's just like you
Yep.
need like an inflatable rigid boat here and now.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what you do.
Yeah, and those things are super dope because in the Marine Corps, they give you these like foot pumps where it takes at least all of your lifetime to pump up this goddamn boat.
Certainly both of your entire legs.
So if you're thinking about joining the Marine Corps, just don't, because I did it for 10 years and it sucked.
Just don't.
Sorry, that was a weird rant. But yeah, Zodiacs, that's dope. Okay.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they use those?
So, the problem with using Zodiac boats in the sewer tunnels is that the water level isn't deep enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I was actually thinking flat bottom boats, but they're not inflatable.
Right. So our man Bolster does what any smart man would do, and he builds a dam in the sewer
He
tunnel
floods the fucking tunnels
to raise the water level.
I was thinking that I was saying, well, they could raise the water level somehow, and I was like, that's fucking stupid. There's no way they could do it, but they did it.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
See, I was thinking use a different boat, but of course not. Well, we can just build a dam with, what is it, $10 worth of fucking sandbag.
Right.
God, that's incredible.
That's true. That's true. It'd be so like the cost, super cost effective, especially after you steal that many millions of dollars.
Yeah, and you got the guy fucking living in those tunnels anyway every day with a pneumatic shovel, so that's fine. Okay.
All right. So, I mean, that's the plan.
Okay.
Now we get to the day of the heist.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Let's get into it.
All right. So early in the morning, Bolster drives back down to the beach, just like he's been doing for the past like 6 months. And he makes his hike. He goes up to his tunnel and he just waits on the other side of the wall. Doc and Beto just walk into the front door of the bank with ski masks, pull out their toy gun, and just do the classic, this is a robbery, everybody get on the ground.
Yep. Play the part.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a smart hire for those two guys, right? You get these guys who are tactically invested their lives into pushing people around and taking their fucking money.
Yeah, known entities, they can play the part.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about the logistical aspect of actually scaring a human being enough to corral them into a place where they're even more vulnerable, but making it a logical choice for them. Like, that takes a little bit of skill, a little bit of know-how. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we're not them or anything, but like, I couldn't like go into a bank and like be tough. Like, that's just not a skill set I have.
I think I could do
Oh
that.
yeah, you could do it. But like,
I think I could do that.
I don't really think anybody else in the, maybe Ryan, but he's super apologetic. So he'd be like, get the fuck on the ground. I'm so sorry. Did you hit your knee? Are you okay? Do you need a mat? Can we get a pad?
Get in the corner, please. Please.
Hey, please. Come on. Don't make me ask twice. Please. Come on.
Get in the fucking corner. I'm so sorry for cussing.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Oh, so sorry to yell, but just get down the corner. It'll be fine. Be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Please shut the fuck up and get in the corner. Please.
Just let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. It'll be all over very quickly.
That's right. You won't feel a thing. So easy.
Yeah. So some of the other guys, Vitete and Luis the Uruguayan, they drive a stolen car into the bank's garage with all the tools and the power cannon, which is what they call the jackhammer.
Sweet name. Sweet fucking name.
Yeah, power cannon. Bring it in.
Yeah.
They lock the garage door, and they barricade the door with the car, and they join Doc and Beto in the bank.
Okay.
Our mastermind, Araujo, he parks a decoy getaway car in front of the bank.
Smart.
Perfect.
And he puts oil cans and nail strips in the back seat. Things that the
look
police...
like it's a bomb.
Well, there's things that the police would recognize as something they might use to like try and get away. And like, oh, we're going to throw these out the window to like avoid the pursuers.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so smart. I like that. That's an extra layer of shit. Like, this is a car that's been parked here all fucking day. Also, it's full of a bunch of weird shit. That must be the getaway vehicle these idiots plan on using.
Right.
And this is part of like their whole plan. Like, they want to give the police the idea that this was just a smash and grab gone wrong and turn into a hostage situation.
I wonder, and maybe I'm way off base here, but I wonder, if earlier in some time they had this really bad standoff in that country, or where hostages got killed. Maybe these guys took to mimicking that a little bit by throwing the getaway car out in front, just like they did in that previous time. Like, I wonder if the thought process went that deep, because they're adding these little extra layers to their cover story, or to their cover at least, that it's indicative of someone who put a lot of foresight and a lot of planning.
Oh, yes. I mean, they definitely did. I mean, they sort of took that as, well, we know that this happened and this was the police's response to it. And because it turned out so badly, we know they're just going to sit on this because they don't want this same situation to happen again.
Right.
So we're going to make it play out like it's the same situation again because we know the police are going to be slow moving on this.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that. That's
Genius.
like great strategic thinking.
That's
I
so
like
good.
that a
Yeah.
lot. I dig that.
So the seventh guy, the getaway driver, he's parked like 10 blocks away, like waiting for the crew to finish up and come to him.
Okay.
The guy Doc, he goes down to the basement. He breaks through the wall from the bank side to let Bolster in. So now they've got all 6 guys in the bank, and the game is on. They're ready to go.
Dude, I'm so excited.
I know,
There's like
so-
a pause here, but it breaks the suspense so bad.
Like so the main thing I'm thinking about is they still have to get all, I'm gonna call it merch, but all the physical goods down that 200-foot tunnel, which I'm sure was at least enough to, let's just say, scurry through. May not stroll or sprint through, but it's got to be big enough for a man to get through. So I'm wondering some of the logistics there, but they also have these boats waiting for them, so they can just sail through these tunnels. Like, it's fucking clean, man. It is as clean as it gets right now. Fuck.
Well, there's a curious part. I'm wondering, Connor. You said he had an idea to rob a bank and never leave.
Yeah, I think that was just sort of his starting point.
Okay.
And then it evolved into this plan.
Got it. Okay.
So, I mean, when the police originally responded to this, they definitely went through like all the hostages. It's not like they played that game where they're like, oh, one of the bank robbers is just posing as a hostage or something like that. I mean, they all got out. So upstairs, they're just doing classic bank robbery shit, like opening up cash drawers, punching people in the face.
Dope. Yeah, you really got to sell it if you're doing a soft robbery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're just making a scene and just doing their best to make it look like this is just like a smash and grab operation that went awry.
Yeah.
Right.
So Vetette plays the role of Walter. He negotiates with police. They sort of strategically release hostages to give police the impression that the police are making progress with them.
Right.
Okay.
So keep him from
That's smart.
storming and giving him more time. Yeah.
They actually say that they released the armed security guard first because they didn't want a live gun in the bank while they're doing this.
Yeah, because they had fakes. That's great. That's genius.
They wanted to sort of prove to the nation that they were the good guys here. They don't mean any like bad intentions or anything like that. They're not out to hurt anybody. They're just after the bank's money.
Right.
I dig that.
Although,
All right,
I
cool.
mean, technically, if you're doing safe deposit boxes, you're stealing people's personal items instead of the cash. But
Right.
I mean, the sentiment is there of, that we're not the baddest guys. Like, no one trusts the banks. We're doing this to, a big fuck you to everybody, and we didn't really hurt anyone except all those punches to the faces. You got to sell it though.
Yeah. Someone's got to get punched in the face for the greater good. You know what I mean? If all it takes is one punch in the face, maybe 2 punches in the face. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Why not?
I got a big nose. Real simple.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I know it was self-disparaging, but it's a truth statement.
I mean, like, don't hit me. Hit her. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. My face.
I can see KY trying to talk him out of it. Like, listen, I have a whole bunch of reasons why you don't want to hit me. Here, this is what they are. If you're interested.
I would take one breath in and they would just punch me right in the face. It's like, well,
Here's
that
my
guy-
3-point plan.
That guy cried so much more than everybody else. Like a lot of tears.
And you're a big guy, so you're a natural target for just a nice punch. Just like, see, I'm not fucking around here.
Yeah,
Got
that's
to punch
right.
a big guy.
We'll punch this guy. And I'm like, I'm soft. I'm so soft. I work in the office.
That guy's beard is just soggy with tears, man. That's
so,
weird.
It's so many tears. A lot of tears.
All right, so they're doing their thing upstairs. Downstairs, they assemble the power cannon and just start smashing as many boxes as they can.
Amen, brother. Me too.
They take 2 hours and they open up 140 boxes.
I mean, that's a lot though. Like, because what? That's more than a box a minute. 120 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're moving.
They're fucking jamming.
Yeah. That's a good crew right there. I might hire them for my roofing guys.
And when you guys get out, come see me.
So when their 2 hours is up, it's time to go. They have a pulley system to get everything down into the boats. They lower all the tools, all their loot, and everyone just goes down into the tunnel into the waiting boats. 2 guys stay topside to spray bleach around the room just to, I don't know if that clears up DNA or what, but
Yeah, it could destroy some physical evidence potentially.
At
I don't know.
least taint it, you know.
yeah. But they also tossed hair trimmings from a barber shop around the room just to muddy the waters.
I fucking love it because
That's genius.
It's like smart, but also like silly. Of like, here's like 8 other weird guys' hair also, but I'm still doing bleach on everything, so fuck off. Like,
well, it's plausible deniability. Like
Right.
these guys brought a bag of hair from this fucking place down the road. How many fucking DNA samples can we pull out of it? How many people go to that place? Like 200? Like who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like one of the guys was 90. Yeah, he was fucking moving and shaking for a 90-year-old.
That's the guy that punched KY in the face.
Strong. I'd be like, that's the strongest 90-year-old you've ever seen in your life. Come on.
So they even clean up all of the evidence from the wall breach and just make it look spick and span. They get into the tunnel and they move a heavy cabinet in front of the hole in the wall. So when the police first entered the room, that room looked untouched.
Fucking amazing.
So I was wondering about the exit plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's dope as fuck.
I kept thinking of Shawshank Redemption, and he throws somebody opens the cabinet, and there's just a fucking tunnel there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Nothing gives me more anxiety than watching Andy Dufresne crawl through that shit tunnel.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
Just crushing me as I watch it. I can't breathe. I have to walk out of the room.
And now we've peered into Justin's soul. Thank you.
You know what my phobias are now.
You know, I was going to put a Rita Hayworth joke in here, but I didn't think anybody would get it. So thank you for proving me wrong, KY.
We're right there, baby. We're inside your beautiful brain.
So they're down in the boats, in the storm tunnels. Now, naturally, you'd think that you'd expect them to take the tunnel to the exit and out into the river.
Right.
But oh no, they take it one step further and they go upstream.
What?
What?
Because the police would think, oh, they're in the storm tunnels. They're going to go where the storm tunnel exits.
Right.
That makes perfect sense. You're right.
So they're like, ooh, I'm thinking one move ahead. Let's go upstream.
Right.
So
That's dope. That's
so
fucking
I
dope.
don't
Okay.
know, I don't know if it said how long how far in the tunnel they had to travel, but like if they have to flood all that, that's strategic in its own right? They got to make sure their
Right.
entire path
Right.
is flooded enough to get where they're actually exiting, which is no longer the river, or at least where it exits.
So they go upstream. How far upstream do they go?
So they go 10 blocks
Which is where the
where the getaway
Getaway
driver
driver's
is.
Oh, Justin's putting it together. Son of a bitch, I wasn't even there yet. God damn it.
Come on, dog.
So their Zodiac boat actually had an engine to it, but this is the only really hitch in the plan where they try to start the engine, but they end up flooding it.
Ugh.
Too excited.
Yeah.
But being the smart people that they are, they have a backup plan. They have paddles. So they paddle their way 10 blocks, which is, I'm guessing it's a mile.
Upstreams, you can't fucking stop. You have to keep going.
You're chugging.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
okay.
you got $20 million in the back.
You got 20
I'm sure
million
you're putting
reasons.
your back into it.
So, but like honestly, them packing paddles but having an engine on board, that's fucking genius. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they earn at least, they should get half of the loot just for that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, just for the foresight and engineering that went into
Yeah,
this.
I grew up in a fishing family. I can't tell you how many times we were stuck on a lake or a river with no way to get around because we only had the engine and nobody brought a fucking paddle. Not even one.
I got to tell you, in the Marine Corps, we knew it. We had to bring paddles, but if those paddles had to come out, you're fucked.
Yeah.
That shit sucks dicks.
Again, these guys has 20 million reasons. You guys were just like fighting for the freedom of the country or some shit, like.
That's just one reason.
Yeah. Just trying to get back for the chow hall closes.
That's right.
Okay, let's go, guys.
I gotta shit. Hurry up.
Shit in the ocean is dope.
I was like, he's gonna say something. I shouldn't have said it.
The fish love it.
God damn it.
Sorry, all right.
So these guys paddle fucking upstream.
So they get to the manhole, the tunnel entrance, where the getaway van is parked. They have another pulley system, of course, and they just pull up all that loot. Everyone climbs up the ladder. They pull the ladder out, and they leave without a trace.
Do they leave the boat? They deflate the boat and bring all that shit up?
So they left the boats, but the boats were just free to float through the sewer system.
All right, so
Okay.
they were just ending up somewhere else, whatever.
Yeah.
God damn.
When the police finally storm the building at 7 p.m., they're all back at their safe house, watching it all play out on live TV, eating pizza.
So, and they took the pizza. Yeah.
They took the pizza with them.
That's the fucking best part. Oh my god. Like,
They took the fucking pizza with
you
them.
imagine being like, guys, we didn't have pulleys for like pizza box size. You know what I mean? Like, we wasn't quite set up that way. So just imagine one guy's like really holding the pizzas like flat in their boxes. They're like, I can't paddle. I'm holding the pizza boxes.
No, I'm sure Sebastian just wired something up on the spot. It's a pizza elevator. It'll take it right up to the car.
It's like
Save us a bunch of time.
Pulls a dumbwaiter out of his pocket and zips it up to the fucking van.
He's got a battery-powered pizza warmer, so it doesn't go cold.
Stole this out of a Domino's guy, a guy from Domino's. Fucking idiot.
Okay, so they went back to their safe house with all this loot and this pizza, which I think is dope. It's the best part. That's the cherry on top of the story, really. It is. So what happened after that?
Yeah. So 5 weeks go by. The police have no idea, and what they would do is they would take. I mean, obviously the police figured out that there's a tunnel going into the sewer system.
Right.
So what they would do is they would take some of the credit cards that they found in those safety deposit boxes, and they would just scatter them around like various manhole covers throughout the city. So the police would think, oh, maybe this is a lead. Maybe this is where they popped out.
So that worked, though?
Yeah, I mean, it totally tied the police up.
God damn it. Just imagine sprinkling it like fucking grass seed. Just zap.
Imagine being the detective on that case. Like, oh, you found another credit card by a manhole cover? Like, I guess chase it down, but fuck.
Son of a bitch, we might as well.
It's just drawing a dick across the city. That's the way I would do it, for sure.
I know you would.
So they do eventually get caught, which is probably good because otherwise we wouldn't have this story. But after 5 or 6 weeks, Beto is driving with his girlfriend when he gets pulled over by the cops, and he immediately knew he's fucked.
Really?
Why? How did they catch him? Did he have something in his car?
So Beto was married, and he didn't keep his haul a secret. And him and his wife had actually fought over like their share of the loot, I guess. Like he had tried to move it from one place to another, and when he counted it at the second location, it wasn't all there. So like he had a big fight with his wife. And so his wife tipped off the police as she had thought he was taking off and leaving the country with his girlfriend.
Oh my God. So look, do I have to be the one to say it? Do I have to be the one to say it? About the ladies. Come on, guys.
It's like, shut your mouth and keep your goddamn dick in your pants. Get out of the go fuck somebody else in a different country. Just shut up and leave.
Why do you have such a problem with lying to your wife? Grow up. Have you never been in a relationship before? Come on.
Fucking lie. Also, be better at it. Like, God damn it.
You know, just based on the name, I knew that was going to be the guy that fucks him.
He's got Mr. Pillow Talk. Mr. couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut. Like, come on, man. You know, pretend
to spill the beans.
Yeah, pretend to fucking join a bowling league or something. Just lie. Lie better.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? All right, so Beto's fucked now.
Yep, but the problem is, in the days leading up to the heist, his wife had seen Beto and 4 other guys in the crew prepping the getaway van in Beto's garage. So she was able to ID 4 of the other guys.
Oh my God. You know, she really brought this whole thing down. Thank you. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Helen
Thank
Troy.
Thank you, scorned woman. All right? Being a real pill about this whole thing.
On the plus side, the other 2 guys, Doc and Luis the Uruguayan, they never got charged.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
They never showed up to the house.
Oh, shit. So they couldn't positively ID them?
Yeah.
And the other guys never flipped.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Now, did they ever recover the loot?
They recovered some of it, but not all of it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We get into the sentencing. Fatite, he only serves 4 years, as he's not an Argentine citizen. He's Uruguayan. So there's a law in Argentina where if you're not a citizen, you can have your sentence cut in half as long as you just leave the country and never come back.
Once your sentence is done.
Yeah. So
What was this?
He served 4 years.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take that
And
any
then
day.
just can't go back to Argentina ever again.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, this country fucked me over and I fucked them over. Bye. Oh, no.
Yeah. 4 years for a bank robbery with millions of dollars stolen?
And not all recovered? Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'll sign me up. I'll do 4 years. That's just, well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. That doesn't sound great.
Our man Bolster, he only gets 25 months
What?
because he was just, he wasn't necessarily part of the robbery itself. He was just more of a facilitator, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I think they came down harder on the guys who actually went into the bank with guns.
Got it.
And he was just, I don't know, working in the background, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was really the only like more so like the law-abiding citizen that got roped into this.
Yeah.
Right.
Where the other guys were more career criminals.
Okay.
But now, I mean, they're all out of prison.
Okay. Dope.
The article I read, the guy who wrote it interviewed all of them, and they're just out and about enjoying their fucking lives.
Imagine that reunion.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, what's up? How's everybody doing? But I gotta meet in Uruguay to go see what's his face.
Yeah, and I mean the statute of limitations has also expired, so they all just talk about it openly.
Right.
Okay. Dope.
And they can't be charged again for crimes they've already been charged with. So those who went to jail, serve their sentences, like, I can fucking talk about it. Why not?
Right. And I mean, and like from the interviews they had, they're almost glad they got caught because now they have this recognition that they pulled off this ingenious heist.
Fucking amazing.
And if they never got caught, no one would know about it.
I think like that's got to be one of the like frustrating parts about like doing the perfect crime is no one gets credit for it, or other people start taking credit for it that didn't do it.
Right.
So like you put together this amazing crew, this great plan, fucking was so well thought out, every inch of it's perfect. All brought down by a scorned lover, of course, as always.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. But then, like, you get all the fucking credit.
But it leads to a very interesting story, even with the scorned lover and then them getting caught. What I like about it the most is it's almost like, for them, they're all glad that they did it. And they're glad that the sentence is over and they were charged and now they can live their lives and they can capitalize on it. So in a way, this bank robbery was somewhat of an investment for their lives that actually paid out in ways that they didn't think was going to pay out. They thought they were going to just get this loot, but in reality, they probably got book deals, they got like biopics, like all sorts of shit. We're covering them, so they must be fucking amazing.
That's right. So
you're absolutely right. I mean, they have written books on this. Like 3 of them all tried to rush to get their book published first, to be the first one.
Oh, of course.
Smart.
And like to the people of Argentina, like they're almost folk heroes because it's sort of this Robin Hood-esque way of saying, I don't know if it's like giving money back to the people, but it's just like, hey, fuck the banks.
Right.
They fucked you over 20 years ago.
It's cool though. I mean, like the Robin Hood themes are there. Like maybe not stealing from the rich, giving to the poor.
Yeah.
But perhaps it is. Perhaps they are poor. They're giving to themselves. Who cares? But it is cool that they used kind of the instruments of the society to beat them by using these fake guns. It's like, we didn't actually bring guns in there. You guys are just so afraid of them that you hid from them. So, or like in that society that's built up around all this impoverished societies around that area. It's like, oh, these underlings have come to our land and now they're taking our shit. So, but in that, I can see how that's like very Robin Hood-esque, especially to like the underprivileged in that country.
And also just because it's so ingenious, it's like they outsmarted the banks, the police, the government.
Everybody.
Because like, especially in such an impoverished area, it's just like so many people are looking for a way out of poverty. And it's like these guys use their smarts and their wits and outsmarted fucking everybody.
Right.
And they made it happen.
Argentina has had a long history with like bad banking cartels.
Yeah, really bad stuff.
I know Ryan mentioned it in a previous episode that Argentina helped float its economy on investing into Bitcoin, which is a form of electronic banking.
Yeah.
If you really look at it that way.
And they, I think that some South American countries, I know that Mexico, Argentina, and one other, they had, I think it's called just runaway inflation, where you have one day your loaf of bread is $1 and the next day it's 18. Like and so that would, if you have an entire society that's been through that a couple of times potentially, and you got these guys being like, fuck the banks, and everybody, every neighbor, every person you talk to in the street is saying, fuck the banks. And you walk in there and rob a bank and get away with it, and it's genius. Everyone's like, fuck yeah, fuck the banks, like you are like the Robin Hood. You're the guys that pulled one over on the people that screwed everybody.
Yeah, even Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady, invading the Falkland Islands that was owned by Argentina. That was Argentina in a big way standing up to big money imperialism that had been affecting their country for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, on the heels of that, with the other bank robberies, and then morphing into the incident in 2006, I can see how it's a very logical progression of people's minds to put them on that pedestal. I agree with it. Rocking.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, sometimes a prison sentence is just an investment into your future.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, spend 4 years of your life to make $3 million.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yep.
People go to college for 4 years, and they spend money to do that.
Huh.
Right.
Hey, as the only person in this group who has college degrees, it's so fucking hurtful and true. Oh my God. That, dude, incredible. Incredible story.
Yeah,
Another fucking
wild
Connor
story.
classic. Just great.
Yeah. Con man stories are the pinnacle of lesser known people. And if you like con man stories, visit us at our website, lesserknownpeople.com. Find us on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're about to be popping off that real quick.
Yeah. We're going to be all on that social media shit.
Yeah, but con man, great story, man.
Yeah. I mean, I knew you guys would like it.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
Who doesn't love a good heist? And immediately any friend group of 3 or more people is already thinking, I could do this. I could do this.
Yeah, for sure.
We could do this.
We have the brain power in LKP to pull it off.
It's always like a masturbation session of like, all right, we can do this. We can make this happen. And in truth, we could go to jail. It would be fine.
Yeah.